So let's continue, and our next speaker is Venkatesh Rajagopalan, who is the Vice President at LNT Infotech. Very welcome.
So thank you. I'll briefly take you through a little bit about what LNT is all about, in case you are not aware of it, and then talk on the various digital initiatives which LNT is part of, because we are very much into building infrastructure for India, so we are very much in the thick of things. So if we could look at, I think we are the only company which has a Nordics connection, and that is the way to go forward, I think, for the Nordics too, because LNT itself was founded by two Danish engineers who came down to India, and because of World War II, they couldn't return back. And they decided to start an Indian company, and actually it's more Indian than Danish, but the name is there, Larsen & Toubro, and we are proud to be among, as I said, the heart of India's infrastructure and the heart of India itself. So, and we are a very diverse group, right from, if you see, hydrocarbon infrastructure, aerospace and defense, and IT is one of the parts to which I belong to, and which basically is the core of what is changing India right now, and LNT is part of it. In terms of LNT Infotech itself, we are in 6th largest in the NASSCOM rankings, close to $1 billion with more than 22,000 employees, and we are definitely ahead using LNT's expertise and engineering background to gain whatever experience that we have and provide to customers worldwide, and that's what we are doing. If you look at Digital India itself, we have been talking a lot. It's always been in the news, but the key, I think, thing which would have an impact is how to bring this particular initiative to the masses, basically. There are, of course, if you look at the mega cities like Bombay and all, we have 20 million people living in those cities, but the key challenge would be how to stop people moving from the rural areas to come to cities like Bombay, where the quality of life for those people is not so good. So if we can provide those benefits of earning money, a good quality of life, water, and all the infrastructure in the small villages, and that is where we need to go, and that's, I think, the key change Digital India would provide for the masses, and various apps, whatever that could come in, and also to make it affordable. It's not that all these digital initiatives are something that should be expensive or out of reach, but it should be very easy to use for anybody, a small farmer to sell his produce or to provide water, the quality, quality water, food, whatever that you can think of. And I think that's the most important challenge that we have, and we are working towards it. If you look at various solutions that LNT and LNT Infotech itself provides, of course the key issue of, if you look at India, is how to provide basic food and water. But if you live in the cities, and as he just spoke about the traffic problems in Mumbai, I mean, I stay just 20 kilometers away from my office, but you can never tell. It could sometimes take 30 minutes to 2.5 hours to reach. It's purely because of the fact that the infrastructure is not built to really make this possible. And those solutions which will enable people to use public transport more, or digital solutions, sharing, would reduce the vehicles on the roads, and therefore maybe the traffic situations will improve. I think that's one of the things which we need to solve with Digital India. Secondly, of course, are the security threats that India faces because of terrorism, or crisis management, and all kinds of issues that keep coming up. I think that's another area which we are trying to tackle. Thirdly, of course, is utilities management, right from water, electricity, how to make it possible for people to use energy efficiently, so that we don't have shortage of this, which has always been a big challenge all over India. And last but not the least are the civic services that we need to provide to each and every citizen, how easy, you can make that happen, right from licenses to passports to registration, and all kinds of things. I think those changes we are seeing, maybe it's slow, but it's happening. And I myself have experienced it, right from getting passports, and otherwise it was always a big thing. You always used agents, pay money. All those things have been eliminated, and I think that way technology has really helped. And if you look at the solutions that L&T provides, because it's in the infrastructure space, so along with L&T Infotech together, we provide all these kinds of solutions, right from intelligent command and control centers to citizen apps, city dashboards, GIS-based managements, to try to improve the quality of life of each and every citizen. And I think it would be a proud moment for L&T one of those days when, somebody down the line, in a farmer or a poor person, gets impacted by it and he's happy about it. These are the, when we talk of IoT, Internet of Things, it's the connectivity, a device connecting to the apps and then providing you the required results. So if you see a whole range of citizen services, that we provide, right from safety to transport to governance to water, energy, building, health, education, and environment, there's a whole basket of solutions right down to each and every detail that we provided. We are doing it step by step, but we have the solutions because of the experience that we have in building the infrastructure. So we know the challenges on the ground. It's just not one technology solution that will work, but it is how you implement it in the most effective manner for each and every person, who will get impacted by it. Just one kind of case study is that, Mumbai has always been a soft target, being the financial capital of India. With terrorist threats, so there was an initiative from the local government to have CCTVs, cameras. So we have about 6,000 cameras being, placed all over Mumbai in the strategic areas, and in 1,500 locations with 2 data centers. So we divided Mumbai itself, because there is a greater Mumbai, into various regions, and we are implementing the solution to make Mumbai much more safer. It's always not easy, because Europe is also facing similar threats. It's always easy for the person who is trying to create such an havoc rather than the people who are trying to protect it. So each and every citizen, if he becomes aware of it, but of course these cameras would finally help to maybe preempt some kind of threat that could happen and help, prevent such damages. So this is one of those things which we are doing. We always also have got certain projects in Gujarat. Slowly and surely we are trying to bring this particular change with the technology that we have and the solutions that we provide. I think one of the challenges which I want to also reiterate is the urban-rural divide. How quickly can we close this gap and ensure, with all the solutions, the IoT, whatever that can talk it, digital apps, and make it available to the people on the ground, in the poorer parts of India, and hopefully that will create a big impact, going ahead for India as a country. I think when all those things happen, then only we will be able to move forward. I think that's also the most important challenge for the government, to get the people together and ensure that each and everybody gets the required justice, or gets the required facilities that somebody in the city can get. Of course, we always keep hearing about network and spectrum availability, and the government is trying to build in that particular infrastructure with internet, with Google coming in and making things free, with certain railway stations where in India where you can get free internet. So I think each and everybody from a technology perspective is trying their best, and hopefully somewhere down the line we will see the digital impact. We also have the Aadhaar system, which is like our social security, wherein we are trying to assign a particular number to each and every person, and especially the poorer section, so that any benefits that is announced by the government can smoothly get, benefit him. And that's something which is being done. How can Sweden help here? I think obviously Sweden has always been at the forefront of technology. It has implemented the solutions for its people and improved the quality of life from the time it had started. And I think one needs to therefore understand and see how Swedish companies, either it's the personal system that they have or the other solutions that they have, like the security system that he talked about for kids, how it can be tailored to India's needs, and thereby, opens up a lot of opportunities. As I said, 2 Danish engineers proved that, they can come to India and form an Indian company with Nordic roots. I'm sure Sweden can do the same thing and make India successful, and thereby Sweden also successful. Thank you very much.